Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to learn how do we multiply and divide two fractional numbers. Okay, we have already seen how do we add and subtract them in my previous video. So let's begin with multiplication. So let's consider that we have two fractional numbers as say 2 over 3, which we have to multiply with 5 over say 4. Okay, so in this case, what we will do? We multiply the numerators together and we multiply the denominators together. So this gives you again a fractional number 2 times 5 and 3 times 4. Okay, which on simplification like 5 times 2 gives you 10, 4 times 3 gives you 12. Okay, so this is how we multiply two fractional numbers. Now, it is always necessary to convert the number into its lowest form. So for that, what you can say, you know that you get 10 when you multiply 2 with 5 and you get 12 when you multiply 2 with 6. So we have 2 times 5 for 10 and 2 times 6 for 12. So it means we can cancel 2, which is appearing in the numerator and denominator each other, and then the lowest form is 5 over 6. So this is the lowest form. This is the answer. This is the answer in the lowest form. So this is the first example. Let's take another example of multiplication. Like suppose you have 7 over 2 multiplied with say 3 over 5. So again, what you will do? We will have again a fractional number. We take the numerators 7 and 3, multiply them together. 7 times 3. We take the denominators 2 and 5, and since the sign is multiplication, we multiply them together. 2 times 5. So 7 times 3 is what? 21. And 2 times 5 is what? 10. Now here we see that we don't have any common factor in 21 and 10. So this is the lowest form. Okay. Let's take another example. Say we have 3 over 2 times 5 over 2. So again, what we will do? We will be multiplying the numerators together and the denominators together. So what we get? 3 times 5 in the numerator and 2 times 2 in the denominator. So 3 times 5 is 15, 2 times 2 is 4. Since this is in the lowest form, we stop here. This is our final answer. Similarly, if we have 1 over 3 times 7 over 3. Again, the same thing. 1 multiplies 7 comes in the numerator and 3 multiplied 3 comes into the denominator, which gives you 7 and 3 times 3 is 9. This is the lowest form. Okay. Now, let's move to division. Like how do we divide? For example, suppose you have to divide 2 over 3 with 5 over 2. So in this case, what we do is we change the division to multiplication and we find the reciprocal of the second term. Means we change the numerator and denominator. So what happened here is we keep the first term same, 2 over 3. No change in that. The division changed into multiplication, and then what we did? We reversed the position of the numerator and denominator for the second term. So it becomes now 2 over 5. So basically what we did is we were having a question of division and we converted into multiplication. Okay, and we already studied how do we multiply. So yes, how do we multiply? We multiply the numerators together, that is 2 multiply 2, and then we multiply the denominators together, 3 multiply 5, which gives us 2 multiply 2, 4, 3 times 5, 15. This is the lowest form because it's not possible to cancel these two. Let's take another example. Let's say 3 over 5 divide 6 over 10. So remember the method. We have to change this division to multiplication sign, and for the second term we have to switch the positions. Okay, so what we get? 3 over 5, in place of divide we will write multiply, and in place of 6 over 10 we write 10 over 6. Okay, so it now converted into multiplication, so we write 3 times 10 and 5 times 6. So how much is 3 times 10? 30. 5 times 6? 30. So yes, numerator, denominator same. Okay, it cancels and gives you the final answer as. Okay, let's take another example. Here let's have 7 over 4 divided by 14 over 8. So again doing the same thing, changing division to multiplication and switching the position of numerator and denominator, that is finding the reciprocal of second. So it becomes 7 over 4 times, yes, 8 over 14. Now it is simple multiplication. So it becomes 7 times 8 in the numerator and 4 times 14 in the denominator. Now here, suppose you don't remember the tables and you find it difficult to multiply and you're not allowed to use calculator. So what you do, try to see if it is possible to cancel any term. Like for instance, you know about 8. 8 you can write 4 times 2. So there is a chance of cancelling this 4. 7 you cannot factorize other than 7 times 1. Check for 14. You can write it as 7 times 2. So what you have here? You have 7. In place of 8 you can write 4 times 2. 4 we will keep same. And in place of 14 we write 7 times 2. Why we didn't simplify 4? Because we got a factor here. So we can cancel. So 4 we can cancel with this 4. The 7 in numerator get cancelled with the 7 in the denominator. Oh, even the 2 gets cancelled. So again, we get the final answer as 1. Okay. Let's take, say, 4 over 15 divided by, let's say, 10 over 25. So we can write it as keeping the first term same, changing division to multiplication, finding the reciprocal of second term, that is 25 over 10. So what this gives us, now it has become the product. So this gives us 4 times 25 over 15 times 10. Okay, so here you see that it's again big numbers under multiplication. Try to simplify them. 25 we can write 5 times 5. 15 we can write 5 times 3. 10 we can write 2 times 5. So in any of these numbers 4 is not appearing. So it means we need to factorize 4 as well. Okay. So writing down this, what we get, in place of 4 we write 2 times 2. And then for 25 we write 5 times 5. in the denominator. In place of 15, we write 5 times 3, and in place of 10, we write 2 times 5. So let's see what we can cancel from numerator and denominator. We have 2 in the numerator and we have 1, 2 in the denominator. We can cancel. This 2, we can't. We can cancel this 5 and also this 5. So this gives us 2 in the numerator, 3 in the denominator as the final term. Okay, so this is the final answer. I hope it's clear.